The history of architecture in New York City is a fascinating journey that reflects the city's evolution from a small Dutch settlement to a global metropolis. Here's an overview of its architectural development across different periods. 1. Colonial and Early American Period, 1600s–1800s, Dutch and English influence. In the 17th century, New York, then New Amsterdam, had simple Dutch-style buildings with stepped gable roofs, built with bricks and wood. Federal and Georgian styles. In the 18th century, English architectural styles became dominant, characterized by symmetry, brick facades, and classical details. Notable examples: Frances Tavern, 1719, one of the oldest buildings, a Georgian-style structure. St. Paul's Chapel, 1766, a fine example of Georgian ecclesiastical architecture. 2. 19th century, rise of grand architecture. Greek Revival, 1820s–1850s, inspired by ancient Greek temples, seen in buildings like the Federal Hall, 1842. Gothic Revival and Victorian influence, 1840s–1880s, characterized by pointed arches and elaborate details. Cast iron architecture, 1850s–1900s. Soho and Tribeca became centers for cast iron buildings, which allowed large windows and decorative facades. Beaux-Arts and Gilded Age, 1880s–1900s. Wealthy industrialists commissioned grand, European-style mansions and public buildings. Notable examples: the Dakota, 1884, an early luxury apartment building in Renaissance Revival style. The Flatiron Building, 1902, one of the first skyscrapers, with Beaux-Arts detailing. 3. Early skyscrapers and Art Deco, 1900s–1930s, steel frame construction, enabled taller buildings, leading to New York's first wave of skyscrapers. Art Deco boom, 1920s–1930s, characterized by geometric forms, vertical lines, and lavish ornamentation. Notable examples: Woolworth Building, 1913, a neo-Gothic skyscraper known as the Cathedral of Commerce. Chrysler Building, 1930, one of the most iconic Art Deco skyscrapers. Empire State Building, 1931. The tallest building in the world at the time. 4. Modernism and post-war development, 1940s–1970s, international style, minimalist glass and steel skyscrapers replaced ornate facades. Brutalist architecture, heavy concrete structures became common for government and institutional buildings. Notable examples: Seagram Building, 1958, a landmark of modernist architecture by Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. United Nations Headquarters, 1952, a sleek modernist complex. Brutalist examples: the Ford Foundation Building, 1968, One Police Plaza, 1973. 5. Postmodernism and Revival, 1980s–2000s, mix of classical and modern, architects reintroduced ornamentation and historical references in modern skyscrapers. Glass towers and sustainability, advances in materials led to high-tech, environmentally friendly designs. Notable examples: AT&T Building, 1984, now Sony Tower, a postmodern landmark by Philip Johnson. Hearst Tower, 2006, a pioneering sustainable skyscraper. 6. Contemporary architecture and supertall skyscrapers, 2010s present, rise of Billionaires Row, ultra-thin, supertall luxury residential towers dominate Midtown Manhattan. High-tech and sustainable design, smart buildings with green technology are becoming the norm. Notable examples: One World Trade Center, 2014, a symbol of resilience and innovation. Vessel at Hudson Yards, 2019, a striking honeycomb-like structure. The Spiral, 2023, a futuristic office tower with cascading terraces. New York's architectural history is a dynamic story of innovation, resilience, and global influence. Each era reflects the city's growth, economic shifts, and cultural identity. Would you like to explore a specific period or style in more detail?